So we already have all of the puzzle pieces to determine whether or not Shiba token is going to be a good buy. But here's the problem. A lot of people are just uninformed on that. Today, I'm going to be really breaking down what's going on inside of the Woof paper so that it clears out a lot of confusion into the future of Shiba Swap. By the end of this video, you should be convinced the Shiba ecosystem is going to be successful in the future. So let's talk about the Woof papers. Let's look at the actual official stuff to truly understand if they have a direction that they're going in or if they're just another meme. Let's do that right now. What is their underlying philosophy? Well, in the first few pages, they talk about decentralization. Well, they don't explicitly state this, but we need to look at their intention. Shiba token is something that is based on the community. Shiba Swap is something that is based on the community. And you have to ask yourself, why is this coin in particular making themselves out to be so community-based, whereas other cryptocurrencies that are competing for greater market share aren't doing that? And so is this use case legitimate? If this use case is legitimate, then it should convince you to buy into the Shiba token because that means it has a future. If not, then you shouldn't be buying. This is just basic rules of the trade. So here we go. Decentralization benefits from community growth, and community growth is incentivized by decentralization. This creates a feedback loop. Now, this is not said in the Woof paper, but this is just something that you guys should know before going on. What this means is that any type of crypto needs to be really treating itself as if it is a product and an identity having a community. That is exactly what Shiba token and Shiba Swap does, which means that gives us an entire reason to really believe in Ryoshi research. When you invest in a crypto, when you buy that crypto, you are buying into its use case, you are buying into the underlying philosophy. And it's very important to understand that Shiba Swap and Shiba token's philosophy is a very solid one. So here's the t-shirt analogy. Basically, somebody buys a SHIB tee, they spread SHIB awareness, more people buy in, feedback loop. SHIB tees that are bought, the more SHIB goes up. That is what basically any crypto is going to be at the end of the day, to have a feeling of belonging. That use case is to have a feeling of belonging, a feeling of community, that you can go back to a place and have an identity, to wear a t-shirt or to wear a coin in your wallet and say, hey, I own this, and hey, you should own this too. So that's why community image and something marketable is key. We got a mascot like Wall Street Bets, we got a mascot like Dogecoin, and that's why they're kind of poised to be such influential financial systems, because they have this almost groupthink mentality where driving prices up or driving any type of direction is like very possible. Shiba token and Shiba Swap are very explicitly trying to posture or at least poise themselves in a position to do the exact same. Now, Ryoshi research goes on to explain there is a corruption that is going on. There is this widespread corruption within the finance, just ecosystem, the entire world, where they're basically just bailing out corporations succeeding because of corpo buybacks. No, it's just basically rich getting richer. And you want to break that cycle because the fact is the bubble is going to pop someday, and it's a very irresponsible practice. Now, Robinhood deleting the buy button, crashing GME, Melvin Capital being able to do that short, screwing over all the little guys. I mean, the retail investors, the general populace. I mean, come on, that's something that should be at least disrupted, right? So that is really, I think, what Shiba Swap and Shiba token is trying to say, is that we want to disperse that. We want to decentralize the transactions and trade of storeholders of value. So we no longer have a central agency that can just bail out anybody. We actually have to have people who know what they're doing. This is in general just better. This is a better system. And if you believe in this, you can understand that Ryoshi Research is a very articulate individual. And so long as you can understand that the person at the helm of any movement is intelligent, you can trust that they will guide you in the right direction, right? And so I can trust, and I'm telling this to you, you can trust that this token will not die. So let's talk about what makes Shiba Coin different. Well, the main thing is, if you had told me before I had read the Woof paper, I would never have invested in SHIB. That would just be a stupid investment because it has no use case other than just a meme coin, unless you're reading the Woof paper and you would actually understand that it is an entrance into Bone. So Bone is extra special, only available on Shiba Swap. So what does that mean? That means that the only way for you to get Bone is through Shiba Swap. How do you get into Shiba Swap? Through SHIBs. So it gives it a use case. The moment Shiba Swap releases is when SHIB is going to explode. What you should be doing is you either have two options. You can sell out your SHIBs or you can buy into Bone. I recommend that you go into Bone. But again, why is Bone so important? Why is Shiba Swap so important? Because it's a governance token. Currently, only a handful of governance tokens exist, and they all have market caps way above 100 million. So what does this mean? That means that Bone is due for insane growth the moment it comes out. I mean, because I mean, like, let's be honest, like, if you get into a coin that has a market cap of 100 million and you got in at like 1 million, really, you should be paying attention to that. Bone is what gives SHIB a use case that is very important. And here's some proof. The primary kind of governance token, when anybody thinks of governance token, this is like the first one you're going to think of. It's already up 984% in just the past year. Governance tokens have a complete different use case to a normal meme cryptocurrency or any like normal cryptocurrency that's decentralized like Bitcoin. So again, if you haven't already, I recommend that you buy Shiba Coin. Watching this video, you've seen, I've given you all the puzzle pieces. You can put it together. It really just comes down to one thing. Hit that buy button. I mean, get your hands on it. And I recommend you go through MetaMask. I recommend you go through Uniswap and you don't go through any of those other exchanges because you're going to get screwed over. But otherwise, that is my advice today from you guys. And anyways, keep your eyes open and eyes peeled for the second part to this video series where we're going to really go over the architecture, a lot more of the technical side. Anyways, yeah, so that is it from Kevin from Shiba Community signing out. Remember, if you liked this video and if you got anything out of it, remember to like, subscribe, and leave a comment because that actually really does help get this movement started. And that is a straight. So buy more SHIB, buy our hoodie, wear it loud and proud, join the movement.